Donald Trump shows Americans just how willing he is to fight for himself. This is just another day. Each and every one of us has a favorite line from a movie. Maybe it's Shawshank's Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying, or the one from K-pop Demon Hunters, Hey Demons, we're hunting you. I haven't seen the movie, but based on every single move Donald Trump makes, I think it's safe to assume that this line,
greed, for lack of a better word, is good,
is at the top of Trump's list.
President Trump is now pushing the Justice Department to pay him $230 million in taxpayer money for past investigations involving Trump, including the Russia election interference investigation and the classified documents case involving what was found at Mar-a-Lago. The U.S. taxpayers would foot the bill here.
The Justice Department officials who would likely have to sign off on the settlement were once President Trump's own personal lawyers. Attorney General Pam Bondi and her deputy Todd Blanche.
Wow, you'd have to be some kind of otherworldly fortune teller to guess how this one is going to shake out between Trump and these two. I mean, that's like guessing the winning Powerball numbers when the only clue you have to go on is that the number is between 0 and 2. Just for a second, put aside the insane conflict of interest here. What Trump is doing is also not okay according to the Constitution. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 7 says, "The president shall, at stated times, receive for his services a compensation which shall neither be increased nor diminished during the period for which he shall have been elected, and he shall not receive within that period any other emolument from the United States." Now, maybe if the Founding Fathers had written that in a slightly less pretentious manner, it'd be clear that outside of his salary, Trump isn't allowed to enrich himself from the presidency. And constitutional scholars like Speaker Mike Johnson are well aware of this too.
I don't know the details about that. I've just read it. I didn't talk with him about that. I know that he believes he's owed that reimbursement. What I heard yesterday was if he receives it, he was going to consider giving it to charity. I mean, he doesn't need those proceeds, but we're for the rule of law. We're for what is just and right. And it's just absurd that, I mean, as has been noted here several times this morning, they attack him for everything he does. It doesn't matter what it is.
You know, these jaded liberals, all they do is attack, attack, attack. When the president of the United States wants to use the treasury as his own piggy bank, they attack him. When he wants to send the military into American cities, they attack him. And when he's asked if he'll pardon sex trafficking aficionado Ghislaine Maxwell,
well, I'm allowed to give her a pardon,
they attack him for that. You just can't win with these people. But when the leader of your party is trying to hustle the nation at the same time that hundreds of thousands of government workers are furloughed or working without pay, you know you're going to get asked about it.
Well, it seems odd, and I think he's in the difficult position where he's asking for something that he would approve. I think it's terrible optics.
That's right. Whether or not it is actually bad, Tom Tillis is not sure, but it definitely looks bad. Anybody else in the GOP want to try?
Do you have any issues with the $230 million ask that Trump had to the Justice Department for his legal bills?
I want to find out more about it because I don't know what the details are.
The president had asked the Justice Department to pay for his legal bills with taxpayer money, $230 million. Are you okay with that?
You're telling me this right now, Manu. Can I kind of track it down? So let me, before I comment, let me read that on my own.
Okay, now that I've read that on my own, I still have no comment. At a time when Americans across the country are struggling to afford, frankly, all the things Trump promised to make cheaper, conservatives are running away from reporters, playing dumb, or simply trying to gaslight the hell out of us.
One trend in True Brand is making a big comeback as consumers tighten their wallets. And here it is, Hamburger Helper. The mix of mac and cheese and ground beef is seeing a surge in sales.
Hey, any economists out there know what it signals for the broader economy when sales of ultra-processed, chemically-laden food start skyrocketing? Good news, America! Staycations, taking the bus, and using coffee filters as toilet paper are all the rage right now. Like, I don't think this was really the expectation when Trump said,
"We're gonna win so much, you may even get tired of winning."
People are tired because they're consuming ungodly amounts of diabetes in a box. This is so depressing, even the Hamburger Helper mascot wants to kill himself. I can't wait until things get even worse in this country and Kayleigh McEnany is still spinning it as a win. Well, now that people are stretching their dollar even further, another product seeing a fun increase in sales is dog food. I'm getting hungry already. Why should our pets get all the joy of eating gelatinous beef in a can, right? Count me in for seconds. By the way, this is a very real story about Americans trying to provide for their families.
Now, with the price of beef at an all-time high, families are reaching for Hamburger Helper to help stretch their dollars. Sales have soared nearly 15% in the past year, as the price of ground beef has gone up 11%.
So what people are looking to do is they're looking to stretch their budget and, frankly, to stretch the meat.
That's right. In homes all across the country, people are hard at work stretching their meat. It's not something they're necessarily proud of, which is why they usually make up excuses for other things they were doing, like taking a long shower or hiding in the bedroom with the door locked while they were looking at hardcore recipes. The reality is, as Trump shakes down American taxpayers for close to $250 million, it's worth remembering what Americans have gotten from this president in his second term versus what he's received. If you recall, during his campaign, Trump promised that our food would be cheaper.
The groceries, when you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
And yet now, cooking one of his famous bacon apple omelets is more expensive. Trump also promised he'd be a hero to farmers.
Nobody in history did more for the farmers of our country than I did. Nobody's going to win with the farmers but Donald J. Trump.
And yes, farmers are winning. It's just that those farmers are in Argentina.
Cattle ranchers are not happy with President Donald Trump's idea to buy more beef from Argentina. The president floated the idea as a way to bring down grocery costs, but a farmer in Bates County says that's not a good idea.
Disagrees with the president's idea to outsource more beef and feels quality will be impacted, affecting your selection at the store.
They can bring it all in they want, but if you lay a steak from Argentina and compare it to a steak from Passaic, Missouri, hands down, there's no comparison.
That's right. I mean, first of all, when you slaughter an American cow, it says, wait, please, no, while a cow from Argentina says, espera, por favor, no. But I assume there's other differences too. Trump also made some pretty bold promises on health care.
You said during the campaign you had concepts of a plan. Do you have an actual plan at this point for health care?
Yes, we have concepts of a plan that would be better. I want the prices to go down. I want to have better health care for less money.
Wait, better health care for less money? I mean, who could argue with that? Except maybe for the people who are about to get worse health care for more money.
Recent changes made by Senate Republicans to President Trump's budget bill would cut roughly $1.1 trillion in health care spending over the next decade.
That Congressional Budget Office estimate also found the bill would result in 11.8 million people losing health insurance by 2034.
2034? Who can think that far ahead? I mean, according to Trump, that'll be still his problem. And yet, while Trump has made it harder for everyday Americans to afford groceries, beef, and healthcare in his second term, he's doing just fine financially. Trump has used the White House to double his net worth in the past year. He's used the office of the presidency to promote his golf resorts abroad. He's squeezed foreign leaders to get himself a Qatari jet with a $1 billion retrofit paid for by American taxpayers. He's taken a gold-spewing fire hose to the Oval Office. And while Americans are struggling, he's got the balls to make building a new $200 million ballroom.
President Trump's new $250 million ballroom.
Sorry, $250 million ballroom.
It's about $300 million.
Fuck me. Anybody else? Over and over again, this president has shown our nation who he is. While Americans suffer under the weight of rising costs, Donald Trump is more than happy to sit back, enrich himself, and one can only assume...
stretch the meat.
Ew. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.